And we are live. What's good, y'all? It's your man, DL Saint. How y'all feeling? Welcome. I really want to know. Yeah, man, we about to get into some manosphere stuff, guys. Hope y'all having a good Friday, man. Happy Friday to all y'all. I am patiently waiting for this feed to start so I can check the audio. It hasn't even came on yet. But man, how y'all doing, man? I hope y'all had a good week. I hope all is well. It is Friday. Um, I hope you guys got some good plans, gonna get after it, do some good stuff, man. I really do. We made it to the weekend, and don't get too crazy, y'all. If you are in the most of the country, man, do your best to stay cool. It's hot out there, y'all. It's hot out. We had Shushu on yesterday. It was a really good show, and she was saying how hot it is in New York right now. Um, it's so hot in Nevada and Arizona that there was a news report that if you were to lie down on the pavement, concrete, cement, whatever, asphalt, if you were to lie down, right, for 3 or 4 minutes, you would have like first or second degree burns. That's how hot it is. Now, Vegas is hot on a regular, but they're saying it's even worse. I can remember some trips to Vegas in the summertime, man, about this time of year, July, August time frame. Bro, it was like walking around in an oven, right? So be careful out there, guys. Heat stroke is real. Hydrate, y'all. Hydrate. Drink water. If you're out somewhere and you're gonna, public transportation, like ride a bus or a train, or you're gonna be walking up maybe a block or so or something, man, get you a big old like cooler type thing, fill it full of ice, and just carry it, and that ice will melt, and you'll have nice cold water to drink, and just keep drinking, and then buy you some water and pour it in there. Keep drinking, guys. Stay hydrated. That's one of the things. Heat casualties in the Army was huge, especially when we were in training, especially when we went to war. We went to war in the desert. Heat casualties ain't no joke. So you got to make sure you stay hydrated, man. Drink water. That's how I used to scream at us all the time. Drink water. So it's hot. Down here in Florida, it's normal Florida weather. It's not warmer than, normal or anything like that. The humidity is what it is. Yeah, it's just standard Florida stuff. I mean, even yesterday was in the 80s. So it wasn't that bad, to be honest with you. It wasn't that bad at all here in Central Florida. I don't know what it was doing in Miami. But here, it wasn't terrible. But the water is warm. The water is warm out there. So, it is hurricane season. And when when tropical storms start forming up and turn into little baby hurricanes as they hit this warm water from the Gulf all the way around to the Atlantic, is going to create some pretty strong storms. So what's good? Like, we got Brother Dino in the house, man. What's good, fam? How you doing? Good to see you, man. Fresh and Fit got banned on YouTube for 2 weeks. I didn't know that, bro. Didn't know that. I watched their Colombian podcast. I know they did at least 2 podcasts. The very first one when Casey was there and they had the room full of women. I watched maybe 10 or 15 minutes of that. And then that was it. So I didn't even see the part when old girl got kicked out or walked out, the Frank Castle thing. I didn't see that. I had already moved on. You guys know, like, I love it when they talk about good stuff. You know what I mean? Finance, fitness, social skills, and stuff like that. When it's just women, and then, if like you're in Colombia, so Fresh and Fit is going to work. They're going to make their money. That's what they do. But when I'm in Colombia, I'm not thinking about working. That's a break, and I'm going to break. You know what I mean? But Fresh was out in Colombia. Like, he was seeing the sites, doing stuff, man, on his vlog. I don't know if you guys checked out his vlog on Instagram. He was out doing some stuff, man. Like, he was out there off-roading on quads. He was, they have this where everything's up in the hills, right? Medellin is surrounded by mountains. So there's a spot out there where people go to work out, and they do intense workouts. But so, he went up the hill and was working out with those folks. And, so Fresh was doing all that good stuff. Myron was taking care of the technical stuff and probably lining up potential guests. I wish they had got an opportunity to catch up with George Gammon. That would have been a good show. I would have watched that. But George Gammon, I think, was sick. I know he was doing his thing, and I think he was in Colombia. He was sick. But I don't know how bad it got or whatever. But that would have been great to see George Gammon and Myron and Fresh, talking finance, talking, being an expat, talking maybe retirement stuff or where to live if you want to leave America and stuff like that, countries to live in, and what's going on with America and its finance. The Federal Reserve just raised interest rates again. 1/4 of 1%. So that would have been good. I'm sure they'll do something later. Maybe when this 2-week ban is over, they'll get Brother George Gammon, either if he's in Miami or maybe just do a remote thing. I think that would be good. Yeah, and Brother Dino was saying it was super weird how one Colombian guest was acting totally over the top, and so Myron didn't ask him to come to her podcast. Yeah, I mean, people are out there doing what they're doing, bro. Everyone's trying to get their money. By this point, everyone knows the deal with Fresh and Fit. And if you're a young woman and you're trying to build your base, that's the place to do it. You know what I mean? Just keep it 100, bro. It's a lot of simpletons in the chat. Those guys be talking mad crazy, but at the same time, they be OnlyFans money. They be sending cash apps to, the very women that they be trying to clown. So there's that. So that's a good business move if you're an attractive female, is to get on that platform. That's only going to increase your market base. Sister Candace is in the building. What's good? Good afternoon to you, Miss AKA Lady is in the building as well. Dr. B is up in here. This is for y'all. What's good? How y'all doing? Appreciate y'all coming through. We got young Black, Brother Jack Black in the building. One of the young knights is here. You know what I mean? You have to with this heat. Yeah, you got to stay hydrated with this heat. It's always hot down here in Florida, Central Florida and South Florida, but the rest of the country is just on fire right now. It's blazing hot. From the West Coast all the way to the East Coast, the Midwest especially. So y'all be careful out there, for real. Definitely hydrate. Dr. B is saying, I've said this many times. At this point, I don't trust Adam after what I've seen with Donovan and MLD. We're going to talk about that. My view is a little bit different, and we're going to get into that. MLD, bro, we're going to talk about him too. On some realness, that's not who you follow. Don't do it the way MLD has done it. Just don't, guys. Just keeping it 100. But yeah, we're gonna get into that in a second. Miss AKA Lady, I just got back from Texas a couple weeks ago, and I could not wait to get back to Florida. Yeah, Texas is East hell. Hey, listen, think about that for a minute. Someone from Florida went to Texas and couldn't wait to get back to Florida. Normally, Florida is like the hottest place you're going to go at the humidity and everything. You get out that airport, you open the doors and the humidity just grabs you. Well, you can't wait to get back because Texas gets hot. I know a couple of years back we were in Texas and Dallas. Dallas, if anybody, anybody from Texas, anybody from Dallas in here, listening, I am still planning to come. I'm not coming now. It's too hot, but I am planning to come to Dallas. I have unfinished business out there. Let's see. Brother Jack is like, nah, Unc, it's hot. You was in the attic yesterday. It's hot. Yeah, I'm up here now. It's hot. But young Jack is out there like digging holes and stuff. Like he's out there in the elements. So yeah, that's a whole nother kind of heat that he's dealing with. And Brother Dino was saying Satan said, hope for no hurricanes this year. When asked about your hurricane problems, big dummy. Oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. We know it's coming. We know it's going to be. Florida's going to need federal help, y'all. Florida is going to need federal help. I hope we only get one hurricane. I hope we only get one bad hurricane this year. I think we might get a couple. Even like 3 moderate hurricanes is enough to decimate Florida because the insurance, there is no insurance here. There is no money. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. So to have an administration, have the governor and all his men sitting there with their fingers crossed, hoping, right? Let's just hope we don't get a hurricane. That's not a good policy. You know what I mean? Dr. B was like, yeah, that was an international Frank Castle. Absolutely. So, I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, Brother Don, like Fresh and Fit advertised gaming, but I'm not sure if it happened. I don't think it did. I saw that same thumbnail, and I don't think it happened, bro. And maybe because maybe they got the information, they knew that they had to sit down for 2 weeks, so they just, let's just scrub it. Maybe they just did it on Rumble. I don't know. And Brother Jack, I hope the wind shear stays. If not, we are after. Yeah. When hurricanes form, when the weather just changes, the patterns just changes. The hurricane affects everything as it starts moving. These small hurricanes, and it's going to grow with all this warm water. Man, it's going to be crazy, bro. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, and brother did like, oh, it's on Rumble. So yeah, they're going to Rumble. I don't mess with Rumble. I don't deal with it at all. So it looks like that's where the Fresh and Fit platform is just headed. I think the day will come where they're just exclusively on Rumble. But I don't rock with Rumble, man. Like, the people on Rumble, I can't deal with it. I'm from another world. You know what I mean? I grew up different. I'll be looking for them people. You know what I mean? The stuff that they be saying in their chats and the way they be acting, yeah, I'll be looking for those people in real life. I can't. I'm just different, right? It's just certain things that I'm not gonna let ride. Um, Certain things I will, but when it comes to racial stuff, man, and when yeah, bro, if you're a white guy and you say something to me, like the kind of stuff that they be saying on Rumble, yeah, man, I might have to come find you. So I just leave it alone. And it was like in Brother Jack, like I have it just for Fresh and Fit. I'm not going to Rumble at all. I'm not dealing with it. So let's get into this, man. Like we have this video that Donovan Sharp put out. He put it out today, if I'm not mistaken. Did Donovan and Valuetainment Money have a falling out? And this is Donovan Sharp, and he's explaining what's going on. Apparently, Donovan Sharp was on Soscast, right? He was on their platform. Guess he was in South Florida in studio. I didn't see this. I don't know if this was recent. It seems like it might have been. I didn't catch it, and I'll probably watch it, team replay at some point. But Donovan was talking about it, and he was, he was sharing his thoughts on what's going on with Adam. And I was, listening to what he had to say, and I'm like, this is pretty interesting. And I'm like, you know what? I want to talk about this. So we're gonna bring this video up. And I don't think I need to explain who these people are, like Donovan Sharp, OG, Manosphere, Red Pill, been around a long time. In fact, if my information is correct, Donovan Sharp is the person who introduced Kevin Samuels to the world. So think about that. Like he's been in that long. Kevin got in, and Kevin went on to do what he did. So Donovan Sharp has been an OG. He's been in this space a very long time. So and I met the brother. He was in Miami when Fresh and Fit had their 1 million subscriber party. The yacht party. They had a couple events going on. I met Donovan, got to sit down and talk to him. Man, he's a cool cat. I rock with him. He's a cool cat. A wise dude. He's a G. You can tell he's an OG. He moves the way he moves. I move the way I move. But yeah, I got respect for the brother, man. I was like, all right, cool. We had some good conversations. And so when I saw this, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, this might be something I want to get into. So it's about 25 minutes long. We might make it all the way to the end. I'm not sure, but there's a couple parts in here that I definitely want to harp on. So shit, man, let's just get into it, man. Let's check this out.
I know. You don't have to say anything. I know a lot of you guys are frustrated with Adam because of his appearance of because of the lack of control a couple of nights ago when your boy was on. And guess what? You have every right to be. You have every right to be upset. I can also admit that I am frustrated too. I can admit that I found the entire conversation absolutely pointless based on the fact that Adam Sosnick. Wait a minute. Based on the fact, my bad, that Adam Sosnick could not or would not corral the women after they started attacking me. You better freaking believe I was frustrated. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't still a little bit heated. Not at the girls, right? Not at the girls because, this is what we expect. This is what we expect from them, right? We expect women to get out of pocket when they hear shit that they don't generally want to hear. We get that. We've been in the space long enough. We understand all that. We understand all that completely. So we know what to expect from women. We know what to expect from women. At least most of us do. right? But yeah, I'm frustrated with Adam because of the way things went. All of that said, gentlemen, as a man, I have the ability to compartmentalize my emotions and separate them from my logical decisions. Okay, let me go ahead and get this out of the way. Adam's a very good friend of mine. He's a good dude, guys, despite what you guys might think of him. He's given me the kinds of tips on wealth management that are still paying dividends to this day. He suggested that I hire a certain kind of firm to manage my money. He gave me insight on what to look for, what not to look for, red flags, things to watch out for, and so on and so forth.
So right off rip, man, y'all see what you see where Donovan's going with this, right? So Donovan's setting up. He's talking to his audience, and I didn't see this. Apparently, this was a few days ago. I did not see this episode. So but I do know that on Sosnick's show that the women they bring on do get rowdy. Things do happen on there. Like it's not like they're catty towards each other, although sometimes that does happen. But if they see a certain content creator and if it's some sort of red pill guy or whatever, MLD, Donovan Sharp, Myron and Fresh, someone like that, yeah. They'll take that opportunity to try to go in or whatever, right? I've seen that. So Brother Donovan is going to spend a lot of time talking about like you said, a lack of control. Like you can't control these women and this and that. Man, they're grown up, bro. Right? They're grown up. And like he said, he can compartmentalize. He understands as a guy what's going on. He went in knowing what it was. He went in. He know what it is. Now, much like I don't watch Fresh and Fit after hours, I don't watch Soscast. It depends on who they have on. So I'm really like, I don't watch that. I watch PBD start to finish. And again, depends on who they have on there. But man, 9 times out of 10, man, I'm watching PBD. That's a really good podcast. I love politics. They talk about finance. They talk about what's going on with America and all this other stuff. Yeah, man, that's what's up. Like Vinny's show, whenever I can, I catch it. And Vinny, Valuetainment Comedy, Vincent O'Shaughnessy's show, he's doing his thing. It's like a comedic take. He's doing a little bit of improv. He's doing just having some funny takes. He's interviewing comics. So I'll watch that, especially when I know the comic he has on. I think the one I watched recently was Flip Schultz, which I know is probably an older show, but I know Flip. So I was like, oh, this was cool watching Vinny and Flip. And, Vinny does videos and sketches and stuff like that. He's building that up. He's finding his way with that. Jedediah, I don't even know if she's with the platform anymore. I haven't seen anything from her show in a couple months, I think it's been. So I don't know what's going on with that. I'll ask around. Rick, I'll be down there soon. I'll ask around when I get down there. But to sit there and think that Adam is responsible to rein in or whatever with these like women or other guests they bring on the show. I mean, I guess he could. So like but I like the fact that Brother Donovan was like, he's keeping it 100. He's like, all right, so that's what you saw on camera. Let's talk about the dude in real life. Let's talk about Adam Sosnick. This guy's a multimillionaire. This guy, he brought himself up for real. He really did get it out the mud in the sense that, he didn't have much. He was out couch surfing, trying to figure out his life. He's really good at networking. And then bam, he finally came into himself and found a lane. And I think it was real estate or some sort of insurance investing. I'm not sure what it was, but he became very successful financially. And bam. And then he bumped into Patrick Bet-David in a hotel gym. Just there in the gym working out. He's just like, he's a networker. You go, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. So you in there. Just wind up talking. He didn't know who Pat was. And they became fast friends and they've been friends ever since, right? So that's the story. So he is a cool cat. Like I got an opportunity to hang out with him a little bit. We all went to dinner. It was a late dinner, but I didn't get a chance to really talk to him. Zerka was there. And as y'all know, I don't deal with flat earthers, right? I'll let Adam and Zerka and Adam's friends and Zerka's people were going back and forth. It was the wildest conversation I've ever heard in my life. I was at the other end of the table doing my best not to listen. It was Yeah. So I didn't really get to holler at dude. So I really don't know what's up with him, but I take Donovan at his word. Right. And I know this. When we were there at the cigar, at PBD Cigar Lounge, that is part of their studios and whatnot, you can ask Adam anything, bro. He'll talk to you. He was talking to everybody. He was right there, very accessible. Same thing with Patrick Bet David, very accessible. Myron was there. We were talking about a whole bunch of stuff. The dude seemed solid, real solid. No, you know what I'm saying? No Hollywood about him whatsoever. He wasn't walking in like I'm a prima donna. He wasn't walking in looking down at people. None of that. He was in there just chopping it up amongst men. You know what I mean? So I give him that. Sister Candace is saying feminine docile women should not be intimidated by masculine men. You get these conflicts when women try to out masculine a man, not a good look. And she goes on to say the episode was terrible, Brother D. I didn't see the episode, but I'm gonna have to watch it. And then Sister Candace is saying Patrick is a true professional. Yeah, talking about PBD. Just think back on how he interacted with Antonio Brown. He completely turned that podcast around. Yes. Let's just keep it 100, man. When it comes to things, doing things, people are going to be better than others. Patrick Bet David is really good at what he does, especially when it comes to his podcast and doing what he does in front of the camera, setting it up. That thing with Antonio Brown, PBD was way better than me. I just would have ended the interview because I don't think Antonio Brown has been right since he got hit by Burfict, right? When he was playing for Pittsburgh in that Cincinnati game, when Burfict gave him that dirty hit and really rocked his world. You know what I mean? I'm not laughing at that. I mean, football is a dangerous sport, but I'm like, I don't think he's been right since. But Patrick was able to turn that disaster into a really good interview, a really good podcast. And Patrick's done that a few times. He's done that with gangsters. Michael Francis and what was it? Johnny the Bull or whatever was about to have some drama. Like he did that, setting stuff up. Patrick Bet David was really good at that. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. Adam is his right-hand man. So Adam was right there watching, but you can watch someone do something, and then when you go to do it yourself, you see how difficult it is. You might not be successful. Look at all the people who tried to copy Fresh and Fit's format. It's really hard doing what Myron and Fresh does. And for people who trying it, they're not going to be able to really do it. Like, look at whatever podcast, look at Sosnick, look at, Saint and Sinner. Marquette tried that for a while. I mean, it's hard dealing with that, bro. It's just, you got to have a certain temperament, right? You got to have a certain plan. So, I mean, that's what it is. Brother Jack, like you going to their next event, Valuetainment next event, I think is what you're talking about. That is towards the end of August. I might be in Miami, but I don't plan to be at their event. Not at this time. I don't plan to be at that event, but I will be in Miami. I have other business that's kind of overlapping with that. So maybe I'll be able to catch up with them, maybe have a drink, maybe catch them, you know what I mean? Because they have a good event coming up, as a matter of fact. I'm going to see if I can find it, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about at the end of this stream. But yeah, Valuetainment, they're going to have Tom Brady. They're going to have Michael Tyson. Mike Tyson is going to be there, and they're also bringing in some other it's a big business event, showing people how to grow their businesses and stuff like that. And this is Valuetainment, the Vault. I think they do it every year. So I'm not planning to be there at this time. I will be in Miami, but I'm not planning to be at their event. But we'll see what happens. Brother Pitney's in the house. What's good, fam? Say Jedediah Bila went on some sort of cleanse, but I haven't heard from her. Oh, in a sense. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I was like, I don't know where she is. Fresh and Fit are often imitated, but never duplicated. Facts. And you can say the same thing with PBD. It'd be kind of hard to duplicate what he's doing, especially at this level, this YouTube level, right? So, but again, I like to give credit to Brother Donovan, because he's telling you, like, Adam's a good guy. Right, the stuff that he's talking about, like, yeah, Adam gave me tips on how to, what companies to use, how to manage my money, what investments to look at. This is stuff that people don't have to tell you. People like Adam, people like Pat, they'll tell you. People like Myron Fresh, they'll tell you. Like, if you meet them in real life, man, they'll talk to you, bro. They'll let you know. Which, again, this is something that a lot of people don't get to experience, because you don't get to see these people in real life. You only see them on your computer screen or your TV screen. You only see them on YouTube. You only see them when the camera's on. You don't get to see who they are when the cameras are off. I do, right? Because I'll go find these folks. And sometimes You're surprised one way or the other. I was pleasantly surprised when I met Myron and Fresh. I'm like, all right, this is what's up. And I got to watch them grow. Pleasantly surprised when I met Adam and Patrick Bet David. I was very pleasantly surprised when I met Pat. You know what I mean? Like it was, I look forward to the next encounter, right? But there's some people out there, like not so much. MLD. Like, nah, I saw that right off the rip. Like, oh, dude, Hollywood. Okay, I see it. You know what I mean? And there's some other folks that aren't really that popular in YouTube that I've met in the real world. And, like stars and stuff like that. Same thing. Sometimes you're very pleasantly surprised, and sometimes you're like shocked at how bad the people can be. So it's really good that Donovan's coming out telling the truth. You know what I mean? Sister Candace is right. People do change when the lights and cameras come on. It is what it is. You got to amp it up a little bit, man. Like if you're performing, let's keep it 100. This is a performance. I am performing right now, right? So I'm going to come off a certain way on this platform. If I get on stage to do comedy, if I'm doing stand-up, I'm performing. So I'm going to amp it up even more. Right? It's a lot going on. If you're standing in front of a camera and you're filming something like something scripted or, or whatever, or you're conducting an interview, you got to amp it up a little bit. Of course, that's how it's done. You know what I mean? So let's continue.
Well, one such conversation happened after my last appearance on Soscast with MLD. I took him aside after the pod, and I peppered him with questions, him and the other guy, questions about money and finance. And he stood there. He stood there for 45 minutes and answered every single one of my questions. He didn't have to do that.
You're talking about Adam.
He didn't have to do that. Okay. He could have been in the cigar lounge with PBD and a couple of other important looking people who were in there. But the fact that he took time to talk to me and gave me great advice, that speaks to the kind of person he is as far as I'm concerned. On the other hand, I understand why people are roasting him in the comment section of the video. I understand, but we have to understand or acknowledge a couple of things before we fly off the handle here and start throwing around accusations and making assumptions. Number one, and this is the most important thing we have to understand here. Adam Sosnick, he ain't built like us, man. He's just not. He's not built like us in the RP space. But guess what, guys? Most men aren't, gentlemen. Most men aren't. Dude, 95 to 99.9% of men are incapable of giving women raw and honest accounts of what is really going on in the world without pulling punches or without sugarcoating it or without making a light of it for some sort of comedic effect. To be able to do this, it takes a hell of a lot of time. It takes a lot of experience and even more patience. You guys also have to remember, Adam's new to this space. He doesn't have the same breadth of experience with women like we do. And that's not a bad thing at all.
So he gets into, and Brother Donovan is starting to get into like what I call techniques, right? The way you move. Adam Sosnick is good at womanizing. He's a tall guy. He's in shape. He's handsome. And he's wealthy, right? Legit millionaire. He's wealthy. And he's plugged in with a top tier crew. He's in Miami. I keep telling y'all, Miami has some of the most beautiful women you're going to find in America. And compared to all the other cities, major cities, especially in this country, and this is my take on it, when it comes to just getting on, Miami is far easier than LA, San Francisco, Vegas, New York, Atlanta, DC, Dallas. It's way easier in Miami to come up on a dime and actually interact with her and get to talk to her, get to know her, go out with her, all that stuff, than it is in LA. You know what I mean? Then these other places I mentioned, San Diego, San Francisco, right? Seriously. It's way easier. And the quality of woman is just like way up there. So Adam is right there. It ain't hard to get dimes. He's got money. He's got looks, right? So his game has evolved in such a way that is suited for Broward and Dade County. His game is suited for that. He knows what he's doing. It works for him. And his game includes complimenting women, his game includes kicking it, like, you know, getting VIP, getting the sections, right? He networks really well, so it's not like he's leading with his wallet in the sense that, well, I got to pay for these bottles in order to get women. Nah, he's getting in there. Those bottles are comped. He's plugged in. People want him there. He has a certain amount of celebrity. So his game doesn't have to be as hardcore as yours or as hardcore as mine to get these results. He's been constantly surrounded by beauty for decades. So, and this is a guy that's getting on private jets. This is a guy that's getting on mega yachts. This is a guy that's hanging out in these mega mansions, doing these parties and everything like that. There are tons of women trying to get at him. So it's his game, which could be kind of novice. I might look at this game and be like, really? That's it? That's what you're saying? And that shit working? Well, it's very, his game is very forgiving because all the other stuff overrides it. So he can come in and say something that's quote unquote, you know what I mean, like a newbie kind of line. He can have a line that just doesn't work, just falls flat. But the woman's she's gonna know who he is, and she's gonna laugh. She's gonna listen to his stories, right? She's gonna let him talk and go on and on and on because she wants to be in that section. She wants to be sitting next to him. She wants to have her shot, right? That's that whole top tier stuff, man. So, you know, when a lot of people talk about, you know, that money game frame and all that, when you talk about having your money right and this and that, the money is a qualifier, bro. The looks qualifier, the height, you know what I mean, the physique, all that are just qualifier. All that stuff just gets you into the door. That's all it does. So you don't have to have as much money, or you don't have to be as handsome, or you don't have to, you know what I mean, have the clout that someone like Adam has. But if you got real game and you can network yourself in there, you still gonna come up on something. So I think that Donovan's about to get into that. So when I look at Adam Sosnick and I'm watching what he does, right? And I'm watching how he moves, I get it right away. Adam is a cool cat, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Real cool dude, man. We're sitting around talking, like he'll rush you his number. Like I don't even do that. You know what I mean? Hey, you like, here, take my number. I don't even do that. I'm like, here's my Instagram. You feel me? Like, you know, here's my WhatsApp. I'm boy. If you can get my phone number, I rock with you. You know what I mean? So, he'll hit you. Hey, what's up? He's not ducking you. Like, he knows you. He knows you. But but his game, man, like he could get away with so much with his game, right? Because basically, let's face it, the women are coming after him. So when he's on his show and he's doing his thing, he's still doing it from a point of in a way that he's comfortable. He's gonna have the references and stuff, right? I watched the show yesterday. They had Slow Jams on there. So I was watching the show, just happened to catch it. So I left it on. I sent a super chat in. You know what I mean? I like Nat. Nat's cool. She knows me. Like you know what I mean? We communicate. It's cool. And I'm like, I ain't watched the show in a while. Let me watch it. And I'm listening to a lot of stuff that Adam is saying. It's like, dude's older. He made a comment about The Big Lebowski, which is a movie. The Hollywood kids love this movie, right? There's a bubble that loves The Big Lebowski. No one on the stage had heard of the movie, right? Except for Troy Francis was there. Troy Francis was there, and I like Troy Francis as well. So Troy Francis, again, an older white guy, he heard of The Big Lebowski, even though he's from UK, I believe he's English. But he heard about it. But all the youngins, all the young girls, the producer, the brother who's producing the show, never heard of it. Adam he just couldn't believe it. I can't believe you guys never heard of this biggest movie. I'm like, come on, bro. I never watched The Big Lebowski, and I know what it's about. I can't sit through it. I think it's stupid. But it doesn't speak to my generation. I was watching Half Baked, bro. I was watching New Jersey Drive. I was watching, you know what I mean, Boys in the Hood. I was watching South Central. Like my bubba was watching different stuff. And that's one of the things that, you know, Adam it goes over his head. Like, bro, because you and your cool kids was watching it, man. We wasn't watching that shit in the Midwest, bro. Plus, you know what I mean? We was doing different things. It was a different world, right? But then he went on, he made that. No one heard of the movie. And then he went on to make his reference about the movie. And he was doing it like an accent and everything. And no one was, you know, he was doing his thing and he was just frustrated because no one got his humor. And it's like he's in a position now where it's like he's forced to adjust his game. He's never had to do that before. And I think this is a learning process for Adam. You know, I look forward to the next time I get to talk to him. Sit down and talk to him about that, man. I'm like, yo, that Big Lebowski thing, bro. And we'll go back and forth. And I'll be able to tell him what I'm saying right now. Like, bro, you realize there are different bubbles. We're the old guys now. right? We're the old guys. I'm older than Adam. Like I'm older than Troy. Like we're the old dudes, bro. So you're gonna have to adjust accordingly. Got to read the room, right? And that's a comedic thing. Got to read the room. He ain't never had to worry about anything like that, right? Because he's always one of the top tier dudes. He ain't really got to say nothing. The women come to him. They gonna laugh at your jokes. They don't care if it's funny or not, or if they recognize what you're talking about, if they get your reference. They don't care. They just want to be sitting there next to you. They drink it for free. They cloud it up. They because they with you, right? And I think this is something that Adam has to adjust to. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. Sister Candace was saying, I can experience someone differently than you, and that's okay. But once someone shows you who they are, believe them. Facts. Oh, we got King Life in the building. What's good, King? What's good? Yo, man. Yo, you gonna be down for you coming down to Miami, man, for CM what is it? CME? Conference of Master. Yeah, CME, you gonna come down for that, bro? I hope so. If so, let me know, man. Let's get together, bro. Me, you, and you know me and you and the doc, man. Me, you, Dr. B get together. Just us, bro. We'll we'll limit that number, man. Let me know if you come down to Miami. It'd be cool to see you. Brother Pitney. You're out of your element, Donnie. Exactly. King Livy's like, yeah, bro, I'll be there for CME. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up, man. I'm definitely gonna hit you up, man. Let's sit down and break bread. Moxie's was cool, man, but I say we do another spot, bro. I say we do another place. I'm gonna tell you and Dr. B where it is. You know what I mean? Let's make it happen, man. I look forward to seeing you. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you, bro. So no, I know I went on a little bit of tangent, but I wanted to paint that up, man. Y'all need to understand Adam Soscast is a top tier guy. He's done the work, man. He's done the work. He's kept himself together. He's a multimillionaire, and he's in one of the top cities in the country when it comes to womanizing. He doesn't have to do as much work as the rest of us, per se, because of his clout, because of his network, because of what he has managed to, how he's managed to place himself in Miami. So when y'all see him on some manosphere stuff, right, he don't know anything about this world. Why would he? Dude been killing it even when he was broke. So why would he know about this world? He understands all this stuff. And the way he moves is the way he moves. So the way he deals with women is the way he deals with women. He's not being someone else on stage. He's not going to Frank Castle somebody. He's not going to tell women to shut up because he doesn't do that in real life. He going to let them do what they do. And as a guy, you find yourself in a situation where these women are doing what they're doing and you sitting there, you taking rounds, you taking heat. You got to step yourself up, bro. Like, hey, they cutting you off. You got to cut them off. Right? You got to be able to, you know what I mean, handle yourself, handle your business. Like, you don't put your hands on nobody or women. Never put your hands on women. But you sit there and then, you know, if they keep cutting you off, then you turn to Adam like, hey, man, can I finish my statement? And then let Adam take care of business. But he won't necessarily know to do that without a cue from someone else. I mean, that's my take on it. Let's continue.
But let's call a spade a spade. Sosnick ain't built like we are, and it's not even really his fault. Because something else we all have to remember is that Adam is tall, good-looking, and rich. And tall, good-looking, rich guys have a much different experience with women than guys like myself, Fresh Prince CEO, MLD, and all the rest of those guys before we became successful. None of us are as objectively attractive as Sosnick. None of us have had money and clout for as long as he has. So expecting someone of Adam's, let's call it an archetype, to have the same kind of backbone of a Myron Gaines, that's unrealistic. Okay. I'll give an example. My friend Josh, I've talked about him before. Tall, good-looking blonde guy. He's basically Thor. He's 6'4", has got steely blue eyes, who's very, very good looking. I didn't realize just how attractive he was until my sister said something about it. My sister is not into white dudes, but it was the first time I'd ever heard her call a man hot. Now, I've known Josh a while. He's always had success with women quite simply because he's had a lot more opportunities with them. And it started at an early age, guys. We met each other when he was 19 and I was 20. And he was pulling chicks left and right. But they didn't make him work for it at all. Tall, good-looking dude, blue eyes, blonde hair, et cetera, et cetera. Girls didn't make him work nearly as hard as they made me work. it is what it is. That's just part of the game. I'm 6'2". I'm in decent shape now, and I'll be in much better shape in a few short months. But I'm average to below average looking from the neck up, right? I'm not ugly, but I'm not attractive either. I'm just kind of a pick a light-skinned black dude with a beard, right? I have a high-pitched nasally voice, and if I'm being honest, I am unlikable to most people who meet me for the first time. That, and I am an impatient hothead. These all created major challenges for me on the dating market, but I overcame them because I worked at it.
Man, did y'all hear all that, man? Shout out to Donovan Sharp, bro. You know, you guys know when I'm always talking about self-assessment, that's it right there. That's what I'm talking about. When you're out here trying to better yourself, man, you have to do a self-inventory, man. You have to do self-assessment. You have to look at what's going on. Why didn't that work? Why did that work? You know what I mean? Damn. Even when you, let's say you go out and you meet a woman or whatever, you go out and you have a business meeting, it goes successful, whatever, you have to go and you have to look at that. Why was this successful? Why was this so successful? What could I have done to make this better? Right? Compare that to your failures and find, you know, it's so becoming top tier is a lot of work. It's a lot of work, gentlemen. You know what I mean? So I'm like, when Donovan said all that, I was like, wow, you know, he's talking about these. So some people don't have to work as hard. If you're 6'4", you drop dead gorgeous, tall, dark, handsome, you got pretty eyes or whatever, and add to that, you got some money, even just regular, you know, you just making like 60,000, 70,000 a year. Come on, bro. You're going to be beating women off with a stick, man. They're going to be everywhere. That guy doesn't have to work nearly as hard as a Donovan Sharp. Like he said, it's like, you know, I got an abrasive personality, you know, I'm aggressive. A lot of people don't seem, you know, when they first meet me, they don't like me. He got all that through self-assessment, man. There are people out there who don't even realize it. They just go through life like whatever. You know what I mean? Brother King is going to be in Miami. That's what's good. Cody is King is in the building. What's good, bro? Good to see you, man. King Life, we're going to enjoy ourselves, fam. Always love, brother. Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to it, man. It's going to be a good time. Yeah, Donovan Sharp gives Adam the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, because he knows him in real life, man, and he knows what he's like when the cameras aren't on. And that's why he's giving him the benefit of the doubt, fam, for real. Sister Candace, you have to assert boundaries and have a level of decorum if you want to maintain a successful business podcast and want your guests to return. Facts. Brother Cody is king. Yeah, he is honest with himself based. You got to be honest with yourself, guys. This is the only way to get better. You want to be a top tier dude. You want to drag yourself out of the basement. Yeah, you can get in shape. You can start making money, right? But the social element, right? The self-reflection, the self-assessment, that's huge. That's huge. Because if you an asshole, bro, and a weirdo, but you got a nice body and you got a lot of money, you just a weirdo with a nice body and a lot of money, man. Ain't nobody really gonna mess with you, bro. You got a lot of women who will look at you, but the minute you open your mouth, they gone. They gone. Wow, they got options, bro. They want to holler at you, but man, these women, they be like, something wrong with this guy. So that's something, you know, that's something to definitely take into consideration, gentlemen. Right. So Donovan was saying all this stuff, man. He's gonna also, you know, talk a little bit about Myron Gaines and how, you know, Myron has always been tall, but he was kind of skinny and lanky, and he had to get his muscles together, he had to get his game together. Myron and Fresh were both nerds who figured it out, man. That's their words. They're like, hey, man, we were nerds. We figured it out. And if we could do it, y'all can do it. And they're still out there in the trenches, and they're still learning. They're still taking knocks, man. They're still learning lessons. So let's continue. Let's listen to what Brother Donovan has to say.
I practiced, I drilled, and I rehearsed. I did this. I rehearsed every morning before I hit the street. I practiced, drilled, and rehearsed every afternoon during my coffee or lunch break. Dude, I'd be in the Starbucks bathroom. Hi, I'm Donovan. He's not invited, et cetera, et cetera. I used to practice, drill, and rehearse at the mirror every night before I went to bed. And sometimes, even when I had a girl over, I took nothing for granted. All things being equal, my game level is much higher than Josh's has ever been, because it has to be in order for me to get good results. We can draw Iron. Okay, Iron's 6'4". He really worked for Homeland Security, which is pretty fucking badass. But Myron used to be a nerd. He used to play video games. Right? He was terrible with women, as really most of us were. Yeah, he's tall, but sometimes, he looks a little bit lanky. He doesn't have the best posture at times. He kind of cranes over, I guess maybe because he's so tall, right? He's got a big, funny-looking nose, and he's never seen wearing anything but, I don't know, fresh and fit gear, blue jeans, and those goddamn chukka boots.
He's right about Myron, man. Hey, guys, I apologize for the video quality. It's kind of cutting in and out. I'm looking at it on my end. The signal was kind of going from full strength down to one, and it kind of goes up and down and whatever. So just hang in there with me. I appreciate it. This time of day, I always had these issues, man. Maybe it's the weather. I don't know. Supposedly, I got the best package through my cable provider. But, man, I don't know, man. I think they get me, bro. They get me, man. And your brother Cody's King, like, yeah, he is honest with himself, man. That is base. You know what I mean? King Life agrees. We got brother Michael in the building. What's good, fam? Good to see you, man. Glad you're here. You know what I mean? Brother Cody is king video games. Yeah, relationship. Hey, it is so much you need to learn out here, bro. And one of the things I like about the manosphere, like the mano swamp, where you want to call it red pill content, you can learn from it. You can learn from it, but most of the people who consume this content, they really don't want to learn. I'm making up numbers here, but I would say maybe 20% really want to get better. And of that 20%, 5% stick with it to really drag themselves out. The rest of the people, man, they just want to see the train wreck, bro. They want to be able to text a hot girl. They want to be able to get into somebody's DM and offer them money. They want to be able to get on somebody's OnlyFans. They just cool with the scraps, bro. Me, I'm trying to sit down and eat the whole steak, man. You can have my scraps. I want to eat the good meat. You feel me? I want the filet. You can have the scraps. That's just how I look at it. And everyone could get better if they pay attention, don't get lost in the BS. And this is why I like what Donovan is doing here. He's keeping it 100, bro. We're going to get into some good stuff, man. He's setting it up pretty good. And like he said about Myron, he ain't lying, bro. Myron, them jeans, them shoes, man, fresh and fit gear. That's how he is. You bump into him in Brickell, that's what he's wearing, bro. Let's continue.
And I laugh because I know that if Myron's watching this, he'd be laughing too because it's true. So in order for Myron to get good with girls, he had to learn game too. And the only way to learn game, the only way to really learn it is through blunt force trauma, getting rejected over and over and over and over again. Learning from your mistakes, adjusting, then going out and getting rejected some more. Guys, this ain't easy. Learning game is flat out hard. And guys, this is back in the early to mid 2010s when dating apps were still largely underground for the most part. I can't even imagine what it's like approaching girls now. The point is that learning game, which again, for those of you new, is shorthand for learning how to handle modern women, isn't something most men are willing to learn. At least not these days anyway. It takes...
Now that part right there is where I differ. I look at game as it's totality of game, life, totality, right? All facets of game, religious game, you know what I mean? That married game, that single game, that pickup game, right? All facets, political game, finance game. Right now we're talking about womenizing and how game applies to that. But when people hear that, they're always like, oh, you're just talking about womanizing. Like, nah, man, I'm talking about all facets. So you got to know how to play all these games, right? You got to have that footing, and they all overlap. Certain traits are universal. You got to be socially aware. You got to be able to read the room. If you're walking into a business situation and you can't read the room, you might blow the deal, right? If you walk into a shady spot and you can't read the room, you might get robbed. You might get hurt. You got to read the room. If you go in there talking to some girl and you can't read the room, right? I want to try to get on with something. You go into a room full of women. You got to be able to read these women so you know who you're going to have the best chances of talking to. That's going to get you there, right? A lot of guys go in. I tell them, yeah, go to the dime. I always talk to the finest women in the room and I work my way down. But I check or I scan the room. If I see a group that has like one dime and like two moderately attractive women and like one big girl, and the big girl is kind of quiet and shy, you can tell she doesn't want to be there, I'm gonna go talk to the big girl. I'm gonna give her the attention that she's craving, because all people crave attention, especially women. I'm gonna talk to the big girl. I'm gonna treat her like a perfect gentleman, and she is going to put me on with the dime. Or she's gonna put me on with the one she know gonna get me what I'm after. If she know you trying to just smash, I'm about to put you on with the freak of the crew. And she's walking me into the crew. So I get around everybody's defenses. This is my friend Saint. He's so cool, guys. Oh my God, he is so cool. This is coming from the big girl. And she gonna put me right on with the freak of the bunch. And she gonna set it up. Right? It happens. That's part of it. You gotta be, that's game. That's how it works. It took me decades to get to that, to figure that out. So when I see this stuff, when I see what's unfolding with this, YouTube stuff, this manosphere stuff, bro, when I look at it, man, for me, it's easy to parse through it. I get it. So this Adam Sosnick stuff, man, you guys in the chat, y'all mad at Adam. Don't be mad at him, bro. He just running his game. He just doing what he does. It ain't personal. He doesn't have a hidden agenda. He does not. But maybe he just doesn't see things that are forming around him. And because this is podcast, because he's the man of that show, he's going to have to take responsibility for it. But let's continue.
An exorbitant amount of time, energy, preparation, and money to really master the game. Now, you can shorten your learning curve by purchasing my 25-hour game course, How to Master the Game, on tsracademy.com.
Or you can hit me up and I'll go out with you and give
but
you
it's still going to take
in-person
work.
coaching.
You're still going to fail. You are still going to have to go through the fire. And when you do it, if you come out the other side, it steals your nerves to the point to where you are not afraid of women on any level. You don't fear them at all. And when that fear is completely gone, one of the many things that almost magically comes is that you tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth without any fear or retaliation from women. And that is what separates us from everyone else. Yeah, I'm sure Adam's had plenty of experience with women, but I can all but guarantee you that his experience was very different from Myron's coming up. Adam is good looking. That's an advantage. Adam's tall. That's also an advantage. Adam's also rich, which is another advantage, but he worked for that advantage. He wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth. But to say that he isn't aided somehow by his looks and his height is disingenuous. This doesn't mean Adam doesn't know how to handle certain kinds of women, because he clearly does. But an obvious deficiency of his is being able to handle women when they get out of pocket. You see, gentlemen, guys like Adam very rarely see the very worst in women. Again, tall, good looking, rich, etc. He's not used to getting the kind of pushback and disrespect that guys like myself, Fresh Prince CEO, MLD, guys like those have had to go through. No, this is not Adam's fault. And it doesn't mean that he's any better or worse than us. But my friend Josh was always treated well by women. And because of this, it took him until he was well into his 40s to realize just who and what they were. Josh wasn't tested by women like I was. He wasn't rejected by them at the rate I was. This forced me to adapt or get left behind. Well, one of the many unique skill sets that arises from cold approach is the ability to be honest and forthright with women, regardless of how it comes out. Adam clearly lacks the experience in handling unruly women. We can see that in just about every podcast. Again, this doesn't make him a bad guy or a bad host. But when you're in this space and you bring on women to discuss these topics, developing this skill is essential. Because if he continues to allow his female guests to get and stay out of pocket and flat out just be flat out disrespectful to him and his guest lists are going to shrink. MLD's already washed his hands of them, and I don't blame him.
So he's getting into, okay, let's talk about what he just said there, right? We're going to talk about MLD in a second, but I agree with a lot of what Donovan is saying right here. But the reason Adam doesn't have a lot of experience in dealing with rowdy boss babes and whatnot is because he's not around them a lot. These women on his platform, they're there because he needs them there for the platform. Otherwise, he wouldn't deal with them. Like the women that someone like Adam Sosnick deals with in real life are not the women that are coming onto that show. Maybe early on, he called in some favors and a couple of them came on there, and those women are sitting there and they're sitting next to some rowdy women. They're like, I'm not coming back. I love you, Adam, but I'm not coming back. So now he's forced to just kind of source. This is the same thing that Myron and Fresh went through. The whole reason why Myron has to get big on these women is because they're just random women who come. They got them from off of Instagram, right? He's not even involved in the process of bringing them on the show. They're acting up, and they give a brief. They tell these young women, yo, this is how it works. Do this, do that. Don't overtalk. It makes for bad TV. This is what the platform is. Have you guys seen the show before? We suggest you look at an episode right now while you're waiting. They do all this, and still, some of these women, they get in their feelings or whatever, and they get mad because of what they're reading in the chat. Not necessarily about what Myron and Fresh are saying. They get mad about what they see in the chat. And then like Myron, Chris, or Fresh or somebody will say something to them, and then they get triggered, and then Frank Castle. But back to Adam. Adam doesn't deal with those type women. So he doesn't have any clue of how to handle these situations when they come up. Like, whoa, he doesn't know what to do. He's learning. He's going to have to get up to speed. But then, Donovan Sharp is saying, well, you got to do something about this, Adam, or you're going to have guys not want to come onto the show. I think what would happen is you might have some certain type red pillars that wouldn't come onto the show, but mainstream people will come onto the show. Valuetainment brand is just too big. They'll be able to get people to come onto the show. So I don't necessarily agree with that part of what Donovan is saying. But yeah, man, it's just one of those things, bro. Brother, Primal Studies in the building. What's good, fam? He's laughing like LOL. Diaz talking about coaching game. Yet look at his results. Hey, man. You said it, not me, bro. You said it, not me. But he's happy, isn't he? Donovan is happy. He's so happy, in fact, that he's getting married. He's going to get married in October in Miami. So, that's how you win the game, bro. If you find what you're looking for, and that woman that you find love, honors, respects you, she knows you the best. She knows that you are the best that she can actually get. You won the game, my opinion. You won the game. Salute. That's what's up. You got yourself a good woman. She's gonna, she's gonna follow your lead. She's gonna be there. She's gonna be your executive officer. She's gonna help you grow your business. She's gonna help you guys grow and build y'all kingdom. You've won the game. It's just hard to find those women. They're just hard to find. Sister Candace, we can't compare Adam to Myron or Donovan, and we can't expect Adam to handle adverse situations the same way others do. However, to ignore the obvious and to intentionally allow your guests to be disrespected is unacceptable. Yeah, he's definitely got to get better. He's definitely got to step it up. That self-assessment has to come in. And it's really hard for people who have been successful and then they get into a new realm and then to self-assess. It's hard for them to do it, especially something like this. Like, man, it's just a podcast, man. This is easy. What are you talking about? This is good. But Adam has gotten himself in so much trouble, right? I mean, he said some things about the Tate brothers that were confidential that he wasn't supposed to say. And he, Patrick had to come in there and kind of square that away, and Adam had to go and apologize. And he's, like this thing with MLD, like he brings this guy on the platform. MLD gets quote unquote ambush, which I don't think it was an ambush. I don't think that was planned. I really don't. But even if it was, so what? You know what I mean? So what? You a man, deal with it, bro. You a man. If you a man, you in the red pill world, you out there wilding like that, you out there in these chats saying and doing what you doing, you have to expect it. If I'm out here living a tough guy life, and everywhere I go, I'm a tough guy, then I go someplace, somebody invite me over and I go to their space, and some people come up on me on some tough guy stuff because they know my reputation, they know I'm out here doing it, and they step to me. Yo, bro, that's what it is. You got to deal with it. And again, I'm not saying in the situation where women approach you that you put your hands on them. You never do that. That's never acceptable. I'm not saying that. But the MLD thing, when you were talking crazy about this this woman being fat, and here she is, and your response is, "Oh, I didn't say that." Yes, you did. Even if you didn't remember, like, I don't think I said that, but if I did, hey man, look at you, baby. You can shed a few pounds. But he didn't want the smoke, not face to face. And that's a problem. That's a problem with this YouTube world. That's a problem. You know what I mean? You still gonna go outside at some point. Somebody gonna come see you. If you out here being big, that's part of that life. So I got no sympathy for MLD. I got no sympathy for that. You know what I mean? Like the way he would move on the Fresh and Fit platform, the things that he would say, no sympathy for that. And the way he moves in real life, the dude is skittish. The dude is skittish. Like he moves like a little rabbit, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You see him, he's skittish. And then that whole thing with Saint the Sinner, Marquette got in him. And even the way he handled that, I got no respect for dude. No, bro out here trying to be a big guy, but when people step to him, he don't want to be a big guy no more. He wants to be a victim. That's not how it's done, people. That's not how it's done. Now, shout out to Donovan for standing with his dude. That's his dude. It is what it is. Should Adam have done something? Kind of goes with what Sister Candace was saying. Like, you still have a responsibility. He is a guest, just like these women are your guests. He should have stepped up and actually done something, but I wouldn't have left. Hard out, no hard out. I would have stayed there and took care of that. I'd have took care of that. I'd have told Brandon Carter, like, yo, man, I got to handle this up here, bro. Brandon Carter he would understand that, bro. Like, I'm gonna tell you what's going on later, man. I got a little bit of drama. I got to clear it up, bro. I'm gonna see you though. We can reschedule or whatever. I'm saying, hey man, apologize, man, but I got to deal with this. That's how it should have went down, bro. That's how it should have went down. And when it's time to self-assess and you look at what happened and you review the tapes, and then you sit there and say it still ain't my fault. I'm the victim. Nah, sorry. But I did a video on that. Y'all know how I feel on that. Nah, that ain't cool at all. Cody is king. Adam gives me major Weasel vibes. I don't like him. I can see that, bro. I can see that. And it's like, again, those are the vibes I got from MLD when I saw him, real life, when I saw him. Those are the vibes I got from MLD. I didn't get those vibes from Adam. However, don't think for a moment it's not swirling in the back of my mind. There's certain things I'm probably not going to say because the tapes trusted him with some information that he let out. So I saw that like, I might have to, the vetting process might have to be a little extended, but we all know like, well, that's PBD's guy. Right. But he did step up when he had to, like, all right, my bad. I apologize. But even that only goes so far. But I ain't mad at you, bro. Your brother Primal studies. I forgot this, like Donovan Sharp, the stepdad. Yeah, man. I mean, hey, man, like I say, man, if you're happy, you're happy. Do you. Like, do you. And Brother Prime also says, I thought he was anti-marriage with single moms. Hey, man, people have epiphanies. You know what I mean? Epiphanies, I think I should say. And Brother Cody's King was like, bullshit, he's a snake. I ain't mad at you, bro. And see, this is the thing, man. Everyone has to make their own assessment and everyone has to move accordingly. Like Brother Cody gonna keep it 100. Whether it's on camera or it's in real life, Brother Cody gonna keep it 100. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100. Like my guy, Jay Swan, same thing. Hey, man, you sure about that? Like, yeah. Like, all right. Like, all right, go ahead. I ain't rocking with them dudes, but you go do it. So when you're looking at someone like Adam, you're looking at this platform, you're looking at these women, he's like the way, like he doesn't have, in my opinion, he doesn't have the experience to know how to deal with boss babes, right? Alpha women. He doesn't know how to deal with it. And maybe his go-to is to try to joke his way out of it or just kind of sit there and just kind of like deer in the headlights. And if you go on this show, you got to know that. If you go on that show, you got to know like, all right, this might pop off. This might pop off. You know what I mean? So, and if it does, man, I'm ready. When these women got something to say, I talk to women all the time. I talk to boss babes all the time, alpha women all the time about this sort of stuff. I don't have to agree. And I don't. Like, I listen to them. Like, I hear what you're saying, but I can engage in the debate. I can talk to you about it. Right? I'm listening to what you say, and I'm going to say it back to you. And I'm not doing it in a, you know what I mean, masculine sort of way. I'm not trying to slam you into the locker and shut the locker up. I ain't trying to do all that. I don't have to get big on you. You a female. I ain't got to get big now, but I can sit back and listen to you. That's when you got to be like, I don't know about that, love. And just you go back and forth. Healthy debate is real good. But when people start making it personal, whatever, they taking these little snipes or whatever, man, it is what it is, man. At some point, you're going to have to dig your feet in. All right. If you got to get big, get big. At the end of the day, if you got to get big, go ahead and get big. But like you're dealing with women, and especially if someone, she gets emotional, whatever, you got to know what it is, bro. You got to know. Brother Michael MLD went out bad, shaking my head. Yeah, bro. Donovan Sharp, prime studies, you don't want to say that shit to my face, nigga. Whoa, Donovan Sharp in the building, yo. What's good, fam? What's good, fam? Sitting here breaking you down, man. Like I said, man, good to see you. And your break, like so far, man, like I'm feeling you on Adam, bro. I'm feeling you on Adam. I tell you what, man, like a lot of that stuff I agree with, but like I said, we're talking about the way Adam handles these women, man. I don't think he knows how to deal with these alpha chicks, bro. I don't think he knows how to deal with these alpha chicks, man. XFO in the building, what's good? Right, and Donovan was like, for Cody is king on my mama, on my hood. Yo, Donovan, where you from originally from, man? You from Philly, born and raised? You born and raised, man, in Philly? Because I don't know, man. But thanks for coming through. Yo, Donovan, for real, thanks for coming through, man. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it, man. This was a real good video. I also reviewed your video when you was talking about the Fresh and Fit and Kevin Samuels, man. I saw how emotional you were with that, man. That was a real good video, bro. I broke that down when you did that about a year ago. Put some respect on my hitter MLD name. Hey, man, look, D. I ain't rocking with MLD, fam. I'm not rocking with MLD. Like I said, bro, I seen him in real life, man. I seen how he was moved. Like I said, man, he was moving like a skittish little rabbit. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. And then to watch how that went down with Adam, even if that was an ambush, bro, it was a better way to handle that. But that, you know, the whole coming off like I'm a victim, bro, I don't like that, man. I don't like that at all, bro. Like, you know, tell me if I'm wrong, man, but I don't like that at all, man. You know what I mean? Brother Axe in the building, what's good? You know what I mean? Moderator equals referee, adjust to loose or tight whistle. Hey, man, look, bro. We been up in here, man. We grown up, man. Just let it ride. Let it ride. You know what I mean? Let it ride, bro. We grown ups in here. And I appreciate you coming through, though, Brother Donovan. I really do. Right? And I'm going to continue with this breakdown. That's not the real Donovan Sharp. Oh, man. Appreciate that, Act. That's not the real Donovan Sharp. I didn't know. Yeah, I know I'm new to this. But would have been cool if that was the brother. But we'll continue. Maybe he'll see it. I'm pretty sure this will find its way into his queue. But let's continue, man. So like with Adam, and you know, in dealing with the women that he have on his platform, I do agree with Donovan in this video in the sense that he's going to have to get better. He is going to have to get better. So let's continue.
I still love them both, but I don't blame MLD. What happened to John was clearly orchestrated by Natalia and the plus size Angela, whatever her name is. But the problem was that Adam didn't step in and regulate the conversation. He allowed all of those women to sit there and berate John without allowing him to get a word in edgewise. Then when MLD left because he had a hard out at 6 to go meet Brandon Carter, something he said at the beginning of the podcast, Adam didn't tell the ladies, well, he did say he had a hard out at 6 at the beginning of the show. In fact, he even let Melina say that MLD ran away like a little bitch on the Fresh and Fit live event. He could have ended her right then and there. He could have just been like, Melina, you're wrong. Here's what happened. But he let it go. So yeah, if I'm MLD, I'm not doing business with Adam Sosnick anymore either. But here's the thing. I know Adam didn't mean any harm to MLD. He told me he was unaware of this setup, and I believe him. He has no reason.
Man, y'all wilding in the chat, man. Look at y'all going out here making up. Y'all wilding in the chat. Now we got Donovan show up. Now we got MLD in the chat. I'll break my foot off with some ass, man. Whatever. Y'all wilding, man. Cut it out. Listen to the message, man, and quit playing. We over here having a serious conversation. Y'all need to listen. Let's continue.
He's got no reason to lie to me. But to then not explain to Melina that MLD had a hard out at 6 when she made that comment on the Fresh and Fit live event, and to allow Natalia and other panelists to just attack him, that to me speaks directly to his lack of experience checking women who are out of pocket. And you'll see more of it in this reaction as well. So the bottom line on this particular point is that Adam Sosnick ain't built like we are here in the Sphere. He could certainly learn how to handle women like we do, but in his mind, he probably thinks, rightfully, well, I'm tall, I'm good looking, I'm rich, I own a bar, I live in Miami, and girls throw the cheeks at me all the time anyway. Why do I need to learn to fish? Why do I need to learn to fish when they're just jumping into my boat? Which makes...
And that's exactly what we were saying just earlier on this stream. I didn't have to learn how to do that shit, bro. Brother Ted's in the building. What's good, fam? And like I say, man, when it's time to have serious conversations, man, and y'all up here changing up icons and stuff like that. MLD today, you saw me deal saying I had the bubble guts, man. Y'all wilding. Like, do you want the my hair plug dealer info? Y'all wilding. It's like y'all out of control class. Pay attention. Y'all need to pay attention to this shit. Man, but that's funny. Nah, I don't need the hair plug class. FAA, y'all stop playing with our favorite comedian. Nah, y'all can play with me, man. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. You know what I mean? Crazy chat. Y'all wilding out, bro. Brother Primal is MLD the liposuction guy. People said that. I don't know that for a fact. I don't know, man. They talk about his appearance. I don't get into all that, man. Like, is he the liposuction guy? I don't know. Like, did he get hair plugs? Y'all can talk about that, man. I don't know. Teach me something. Brother Doug's in the building. What's good, fam? Donovan still has a career in the manosphere. Donovan is a joke and lives completely opposite the advice he gives men. Hey, man, there's money. There's money out there, bro. You know what I mean? Wow. And Brother Doug's been in the manosphere a long time. This is one of the dudes I turn to when I got questions about the manosphere history, and if it's like beef and all this other kind of stuff that I hear about, I'll go to Doug like, hey, man, what's this about? And that brother he's right there. He knows what it is. Salute to you, bro. You know what I mean? And like, look at like Primal Studies, you trying to find out, man, y'all wilding. Y'all wilding. Pay attention to the message while y'all having fun in the chat, but y'all do need to pay attention to this message. Let's continue.
Makes sense for him. But that has created an obvious hole and a weakness in his hosting abilities. The second thing we need to understand is that this is a hobby for Sosnick. Okay, this isn't to say that he doesn't take this seriously. Because, you know, look, I mean, his production clearly says otherwise. Shout out to MLD in the house, says LOL, that's all I got to say. Appreciate you, MLD. Oh, I'm sorry, L-O-L, all caps. So MLD is serious. But again, this isn't to say that he doesn't take this seriously, because his production clearly says otherwise. But we have to really, really listen. We have to really listen to what Adam says at the beginning of every podcast. What is their purpose? Helping people get laid, get paid, and do it their way. Okay. Well, guess what, guys? At no time does he ever purport to want to help men get better with women. Maybe he has said it in podcast I'm not aware of. I haven't seen or heard it yet. Maybe I'm wrong. At no time does he claim to be a dating coach or some kind of relationship expert. And he very, very rarely talks about the importance of a man improving himself in every way he possibly can, unless, of course, another panelist or a guest brings it up first. Okay? Guys, that's what we do. That's not what Sosnick does. Now, this isn't to suggest that there aren't some elements of his show that don't help men, not the least of which is putting a magnifying glass on women who claim to be boss babes and seeing that they're really little more than basic bitches like most other women. But we need to understand that the name of his company is Valuetainment Money. That is value, entertainment, and money. That doesn't mention male self-improvement at all. It just doesn't. Adam is not passionate about male self-improvement. He's just not. At least he hasn't given us any reason to believe that he is. And look, that's not a sin. That's not a crime. You're not going to be passionate about something that you don't want to be passionate about. But guys, that's why he essentially treats this like a hobby. It's because this is kind of something he's trying out.
And I agree with that. Like here's a guy who's done really well for himself. Does he need to do podcasts? Does he need to be a part of Valuetainment? No, not really. Why is he doing it? Well, his guy is doing it. You know what I mean? PBD is doing it. He's going to help this guy build this brand. Patrick Bet-David wants to build the biggest media company on the planet. That's what he wants to do. Right. And when I was sitting down talking to Pat, I was like, hey man, I believe in your vision, bro. I want to help. You know what I mean? I believe in your vision. I think you could do it. Get the right team. You know what I mean? You can absolutely make this happen. And they're making money along the way. And you talking to guys who got, he's Pat hundreds of millions of dollars at this point, if not more. Sosnick, definitely tons of money, millions of dollars. Do they need to do this? No, but I know this about folks, especially wealthy folks, people who done, started from nothing and got it all. Man, when they put their mind to something, they want to see it through to the end and they want to do it right. They don't like to quit. They don't like to give up. So you look at where Valuetainment is today, you compare that to where they were when they started. So you can extrapolate from that where they're going to be in 5 or 10 years. They have the financial backing. They can do whatever they want to do. And this strike in Hollywood really is going to work to their favor if they're prepared and ready to, to take it to the next level. So when I was talking to Pat, I'm like, yeah, bro, I believe in that. And I have a skill set I think that will help him accomplish that goal. You know what I mean? Real talk. So Adam Sosnick, that's his right-hand man. Of course he's gonna help. He's gonna do whatever he has to do. And this is what he decided to do. Like, man, this is my thing. So Donovan has a point. Like, is he sitting there trying to say, like, I'm trying to improve, I'm a male improvement space? Not necessarily. Right? Not necessarily. But men can improve if they listen to the message. I mean, granted, I would love to hear him talk more about the money side of it or maybe the political side of it. But, I mean, he's doing what he's doing. It's going to take some time to figure it out. It's going to take some time. And but I think Donovan was spot on when he was like, this is kind of like a hobby to him. Like when I started my stand-up comedian career, it was a hobby, bro. I was having fun. I was having a good time. I was an air traffic controller, bro. I was already making money, man. I wasn't going to quit. I wasn't going to resign from air traffic to go around and do comedy. Hell no. It was fun. It was a hobby. You know what I mean? I was making money when I was doing the rooms. I was promoting rooms, producing shows, making money. It was still a hobby. It was fun. It was just fun money. I didn't take it serious. Like, I wasn't going to just leave my career and I'm just going to go around and promote comedy shows and produce comedy shows from C to C. Hell no, I'm not going to do that. So I'm thinking that Adam is kind of in that lane. But he's competitive. He likes sports. Dude plays basketball, wants to be a winner. And that's the case, if he really wants to grow, then he's gonna have to tighten his show up. He's gonna have to tighten it up. Simple as that. Brother Cody was like, yeah, it's talking about DS, man. Bro be rolling in money for sure. Yeah, they been in the business a long time, bro. They doing all right. I believe MLD has gotten a hair transplant. Wow. And all this other stuff, man. Possibly liposuction. Wow. I didn't know that, Candace. I didn't know that, sis. Brother Tez, I thought Donovan was booted out of the game a long time ago. So you guys know more about this stuff than I do. You know what I mean? Adam would fit perfectly on The View or CNN. Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, Cody, for real talk. I mean, he's definitely more suited to that. I would say closer to a mainstream media kind of thing than he is to like the manosphere. I can see that. And maybe that's why his platform is kind of in flux, because he's trying to mesh these two worlds that just really don't go together. Oil and water, that's not, you know what I mean? That's like, okay, man, I'm gonna have a show with the Black Panther Party and the KKK. Like, bro, every week that's gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't gonna work. So you have to, maybe figure it out. And I'm not saying that that's what they're doing over there, Valuetainment. That was just an example, guys. Do not be clipping that, talking all kind of nonsense. But Cody, I see you there, bro. I'm with you there. Brother Doug's like, if Donovan was so great with women, why couldn't he defuse the disgruntled women on the panel? He said himself, man. He said he has an abrasive personality, bro. Like, he said himself. He's, he could be that guy. It's hard to, if you got a bunch of abrasive people around you, man, it takes a lot of patience and it takes a little bit of skill to get through that. I mean, it just does. Unless you're just gonna sit there and call everybody names, right, and throw water on people. If you ain't gonna do that, you got to sit there, let them say what they have to say, and then you have to come back with something like, and just keeping it 100, keep it real. And normally those confrontations end generally with women getting up and walking out because they got nothing for you. So it's not to say that Brother Donovan ain't got more work to do. Brother Cody, like, Adam does have a far better position for making money if he doesn't say anything true, besides the small thing here and there. Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? So, bro, it's cool to watch, but when you watch this kind of stuff, man, y'all should be looking for the lesson. It's far better to learn from somebody else's mistakes and go out there and make these mistakes yourself. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the lesson. I'm not coming here so I can talk crazy about Donovan Sharp. I'm not doing that. Like I said, I met the guy. He's cool. I ain't got no problem with the way he moves. That's the way he moves. I don't have a problem with Adam moving the way he moves. That's the way he moves. But I'm sitting here trying to find the lesson. Like, what can I learn from that can better me? Maybe I can grow this platform a better way. Maybe I can offer up something that's needed. And right now I see it. Like, here's an opportunity. Someone like Donovan Sharp, when it comes to, just the game of life, he had to go hard, had to fight hard, had to learn a lot just to get to where he is, versus someone like Adam, who just naturally was moving a little bit better. He didn't have to work as hard, especially when it came to womanizing. And then he came up on the bread. So now it's like, man, he's sitting back, feet kicked up, he chilling. He can wake up anytime you want to wake up. He out there doing what he's doing, got good investments. He might get a call one day. You know what I mean? People like, hey, man, meet us at the airport, man. We finna go to New York. Private jet, New York. Bam, here we go. G5 off to New York or whatever. Well, for New York, they wouldn't need a G5, but get on like a nice Falcon or some Citation 10. You know, be getting on something new. Like, this was cool. And just you sitting there able to do what you got to do because you with these guys. So how hard is Adam going to go on the podcast to improve? You know, it's kind of like what Brother Cody was saying, like, man, I already got the paper. But if you start something, I would imagine, and, when I see him, I'm going to ask him, like, bro, how committed are you to being the best? I'm just curious to hear what his answer would be. You know what I mean? So, and at the end of the day, man, it's a lot of money to be made in this space. It's a lot of money. Like the bottom 80, man, we talk about the bottom 80 all the time and how, they're leading with their wallet, trying to get on women or whatever, but everybody trying to get into their wallets. They just sitting there throwing money around. Everybody trying to get into their wallets. I hope that they are actually learning stuff, bro. I hope that they're actually learning. People be paying to get into all sorts of groups just to get in there and rah people like, yeah, so-and-so got this girl and so-and-so got that girl. Like, what about your girl, homie? Who you getting on? Oh, why spend this money if you ain't gonna try to self-improve at least, bro? You ain't gonna try to learn, like, to get better. Go out here and get you a woman, man. Leave your wallet at home, man. Go out there and see if you can't talk your way into something. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? Sister Candace said Donovan ended a portion of his podcast on a bad note. I didn't see that. Like, I haven't watched a lot of Donovan's content. I think I go back. I like these smaller ones that he does, like 15, 20 minutes or whatever, like not even clips, but like when he talks about something, I like these because there are gems out there, man. I get to see how his mind works. And he's 100%. He had to learn all this stuff, bro. Yeah, and someone like Adam didn't have to learn as much as as fast, and he's sitting back now. Adam has to learn. He has to learn now if he wants to be successful. If he's trying to make valuetainment money successful, he's gonna have to get, he's gonna have to get up to speed. But I just think that the whole MLD is a bad example. I mean, it's a bad example. I mean, I don't really think that Adam did anything out of pocket. That's just how Adam moves. And for someone like MLD to not understand that, I put it more on MLD. If I'm on Adam Soxness show and I'm sitting there with a bunch of blue-haired feminists, I already know what it's gonna be, bro. As soon as I walk up on the set, I already know what's gonna be. Like, okay, I know what this is gonna be. Here we go. I'm ready. But I'm gonna be sitting there, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be looking the part. I'm gonna be sitting there, I'm gonna be saying what I gotta say, and I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna be respectful. That's my game. I am respectful. I don't get big unless you make me get big. And that's something that I tell a lot of guys, man. It ain't about yelling and getting big and Frank Castle. It ain't about that, bro. It's, when you say maintain your frame, it's about being you, bro. Like, keep it 100. I'm cool with it. You gonna come at me with all this craziness, 2 or 3 women coming at me with craziness, that's fine. I'm gonna sit back and listen to you, and I'm gonna say what I gotta say. And we good. And when cameras go off, I'm out. I ain't mad. Oh, you got ambushed. I've been ambushed plenty of times. Man, you was surrounded by all them girls. I'm like, man, I'm airborne, bro. I'm a paratrooper. I'm supposed to be surrounded. That's the mentality I have. And I would suggest that that's the mentality that you guys garner moving forward, especially if you're going to be out here talking the red pill stuff, talking the manosphere stuff. That's not a very popular position to take today. You telling people to be accountable for their actions, that's not a very popular position to take today, but it's slowly coming out there. That woman who claimed that she saw a baby walking around on the highway, what was that, in Alabama or wherever she was, and she claimed she got kidnapped, and then she comes back and we found out it was all a lie. If you're a person that's out there trying to hold her feet to the fire, they're gonna be like, you're a bully. Like, bro, she lied. All that energy, all that effort, all that expense, all that money. She looked this stuff up. No, man. No, she got to be held to account for that. But that's a very unpopular position to have these days. Right? In the manosphere world, that's what's going on in the manosphere. That's what's going on in the red pill, man. It's a very, very unpopular position to hold people to account, men and women. To sit there and say there's only 2 genders, I never thought in a million years that would even be a conversation. Like, bro, it's male and female. What are we talking about? I can't even, like I said, flat earth. We're in a world where people just like, I can believe what I want to believe, and you better believe it too. Like, no. No, I ain't doing all that, bro. But like I said, this is the world we're in. So if I'm walking around here and there's a lot of people in YouTube, on Black YouTube, they know, like, DL Saint, that's the red pill guy. And then they talk to him and I'm like, oh, you're not like I thought. I'm like, I'm just using facts, you know what I mean, and common sense. We're putting it through the old think tank, and they rock with me. I've gone on podcasts, and I'm like, I know this is an ambush. I know they're coming for my neck, but I'll go on there anyway. And we'll have a civil conversation. Now, if I'm dealing with somebody just out of pocket, a weirdo, they just want to scream to be screaming, and I've had that. They don't even know what they're arguing. They're just talking loud, saying nothing. I'll leave. Like, all right, I can see y'all ain't really serious over here, man. Y'all playing games. I'm out. That's not running away. I mean, that's just me saying, there, little boy. You know what I mean? Bless your heart. I'm out. Because you're a dumbass. But if I'm over there and people are having a legit conversation, man, we can have that talk. We can have that debate. We can agree to disagree. But at the end of the day, we're going to be on the same, we're going to understand each other. And maybe, just maybe, we'll learn from one another. And I think that's what Donovan is doing right here, bro. He's out here saying what he has to say, but I think that's what he's doing. Sister Candace, have you ever heard the phrase, you don't play box, meaning you don't play when you step into that ring? You must train first, be serious. Adam can't display a filament attitude when people are looking to glean something from his podcast. Yeah, I never heard that term, but yeah, that makes sense to me. Adam's problem is he couldn't control his guests. Yeah, I mean, and a lot of that has to do with respect. Like these young women or whether these boss babes, they don't take him serious necessarily. He's able to control them enough to get them to stop, to calm down. And you say, okay, we're going to let this other person talk. We're going to let this person, answer all of your statements or whatever. And then if he doesn't let him do that, then of course it's like, bro, if you're not gonna let me talk, then I'll just sit there like I'm cool. But you have to do it in a way that you don't come off as a victim. You come off as a victim is a problem, bro. You know what I mean? It's a bad look. And people get frustrated, like, man, but say what you want, man. It's like, if I'm in that situation, I'm gonna start cracking jokes. You know what I mean? What you young kids call it, roasting. I'm gonna start roasting people. I'm gonna hurt your feelings. And I could do that. Right? You saw that with Andrew Schultz when he was like the Nelk Boys, and that one little dude, that real annoying little dude who used to be on the Nelk Boys. I don't know his name. That little dude, Andrew Schultz, could have ripped that dude's soul out and just kicked it around, right? But he didn't. He was just like, man, this dude's annoying. He's just stupid. And then when the cameras went off, Schultz was like, man, you stupid. Like, go on somewhere. You know, Schultz did not look like a victim in that podcast. I'm glad they released it because everyone was talking about it. I'm glad they released it. And I forget the name of that dude, but it was what it was, man. It went the way it went. So, and Life of Cash is in the building. What's up, yeah? Happy Friday to you too, bro. Say, oh shucks, so we go again, drama, man. You clowning. So, you know, it's one of those things, bro. But I think Donovan Sharp is here trying to make a valid point. And I think a lot of people are missing it. Like, some people have to work harder than others, especially when it comes to womanizing in that part of the game. Donovan had to work way harder than Adam Sosnick. You know what I mean? Let's see, Life of Cash. I saw the Valuetainment stream from the start. There was a KS video in a discussion before the drama. I don't think the Pope could even get a kind of reception after that. Well, yeah, you got to be smart too. You got to be smart. I mean, you're going to set people off with a video when Kevin saying was talking about these very types of women. Yeah, bro, you're going to put them in a certain mindset. You're going to put them in a certain mindset. And, you know, people will say, well, that's what we were talking about, man. That's the ambush right there. I'm like, well, that's the show. You know, that's how you get down. That's just, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Cody's King wants to know, will I be covering Tate and Owens? Candace Owens, I haven't seen that. I have to look at that. Maybe. It's amazing how Tate is everywhere, bro. I'm telling you, man, that case is about to come to an end. I think Romania is about to wrap that up and be done with it. The Tates are everywhere, bro. I haven't seen that though. I'm gonna have to look that up. Your brother Doug's then he was thanking their brother Life of Cash. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna check that out. Let's continue. Let's watch a little bit more.
Now, he also has not claimed to be about men's self-improvement. So, like I said before, why are we expecting him to be as passionate and as driven as we are? He's almost, I don't know, he's almost in the same category as maybe Pearl. All right. Pearl has never claimed to be anything other than what she is, a woman who likes to talk about things that interest her and entertain people. Well, women interest everybody, and the way to grow any channel is to have women on, and Adam has clearly figured that out. Here's another thing. Adam flirts with his panelists on the regular. Not something I would do. Not something I would do. He's perfectly well within his rights to do what he wants to do. He's a grown man. He's going to do whatever he wants to do. But if you're playfully flirting with these women during the show, you're going to have a very hard time as a host corralling them when they go feral, when they inevitably hear something that upsets them. And these girls know this, gentlemen. These girls know this. They know Adam would smash if given half the chance. He basically throws a sausage at him, you know, and a lot of it is tongue in cheek, but girls don't take it that way. That's why they feel so entitled to say and do the things they say and do on his platform, no less. Myron lets these girls know up front, I ain't trying to smash. I don't care what y'all think. Guys tell you shit because they want to smash. Not me. I'm going to give it to you straight. Gentlemen.
That's a good point. You know, I have watched a lot of Soscast stuff. I don't know if I agree with Brother Donovan right here. I think that Adam is doing what he always does. Like, this is a guy who just constantly flirtatious with women. just constantly. I don't think he can help himself. I don't think he even realizes he's doing it, to be honest with you. And then, with respect to, like he's trying to throw him sausages. He's one of them. They can get this joystick he wants to smash. Most dudes do. Man, let's keep it 100, bro. Most dudes do. I see guys tripping over women all the time, especially guys that you're supposed to be good at hollering at chicks until they see a beautiful woman. They don't know how to act, bro. They be trying to box out people, hating. You know what I mean? These guys be hating, trying to get a chick, woman. And, yeah, I can see that. Like he's trying to holler at these chicks or whatever. He's got them, whether he's trying to smash or not, they believe he's trying to smash. They're used to dealing with this kind of behavior from guys. And therefore they feel, right? They feel like merch that they could get away with hell, and then he lets them go. I can see that. He's just letting them get away with murder. I mean, I can see that. Everyone was like, oh man, he's smashing Italian, this and that. I don't know about that. I've seen them interact with the cameras off. It's definitely work. You feel me? Like that's a work relationship. When the cameras are off, that's definitely a work relationship. Natalia's like producing and doing a whole bunch of stuff at various events. So if you smashing one of the bosses, you wouldn't have to work that hard. That's just my take on it. 104 is in the building. What's good, fam? And Brother Doug is saying the Tates, man. He's like, it's more evidence. Looks like the Tates may have to sit down. We'll see. We'll see if they have to sit down, man. We'll see. I honestly think it's gonna go away. Scam likely in the building. What's good, Dusto? Hey man, you hitting Avalon tonight, bro? Let me know if you hitting Avalon tonight, bro. I think I'm gonna be there. And look, Brother Doug was like, that will be me. I flirt so much I don't even recognize I'm doing it. Yeah, there's people out there that's they go to, man. That's how they interact with the opposite sex. They just flirt. Man. They can't help it. There's a lot of dudes like that. Again, I don't know Adam, so I can't. I got to withhold judgment. I got to spend more time around dude. I was only around dude, you know what I mean, that one time away from the show. So I don't know yet. But I know a lot of guys, man, they just can't help themselves, man. That's just how they are, bro. They just be talking to every single chick. I get it's a numbers game, but I'm like, damn, bro. You talking to her too? Every single chick. Now I'm cool. I understand keeping your game sharp and just, verbalizing, having nice little banter or whatever. But I'm talking about the guys who just be like trying to get on. Hey, baby girl, what's up, ma? You know what I mean? Hey, Slim. I'm talking about them dudes. Like every woman they meet, they trying to, hey, what's going on, baby? Let me get that number. Every single one. I get it's a numbers game, but even at my best, I wasn't doing that because I only mess with dimes. Like I ain't hollering at every chick. But hey, man, if that helps you get on, if that helps you get over that approach anxiety, then go by all means do it. But never let that flirtatiousness mess up your professional side, man. That makes you look bad. I'm not going to want to do business with you if I think you try to holler at every woman you see. That's going to be a problem. That's easy. It's easy to get to you. If you that guy, I can get one of my dimes to come holler at you, right? It's easy to get you. You know what I mean? It's easy to manipulate you, bro. I can put this woman in your world and she'll wreck it, and to my benefit. So I'm real sluggish to deal with them kind of guys. Like, bro, y'all easy to set up. Y'all just easy to set up, bro. Yeah, Avalon. I'll let you know. Yeah, let me know, Scam. I don't know what I said. I meant to say Avalon. I don't know what I said. Cody is King's taste won't go away till a few elections later. This is all social programming, not random. Could be. Could be. It could be. You know what I mean? We'll see. G Complex is in the building. What's good, fam? Avalon, that's a fun spot for sure. Yeah, next time you out here, bro, we'll go back, man. G Complex was in there having a good old time, man, getting that dance on, bro. I'm telling you, man. Y'all want a cheat code? Salsa, merengue, bachata, go learn. You want a cheat code, gentlemen? Right? Go learn. Go take some classes. That's a whole world. Wherever you are, you can go take somebody's doing some Latin dancing, bro. Someone's having a salsa class, go take it. And if you most Latin spots, like if you go to a salsa, nightclub or whatever, you get there early, they normally offer free dances either before the dance begins or one night during the week. They'll offer like free lessons or like real cheap, like $5 or $10 for, hour and a half or whatever lessons. I'm telling y'all, that is a come up. That is a come up. Women find men who can really dance extremely attractive, and they'll want to dance all night and be your friend and just hang out, bro. I'm telling you, gives you an opportunity to get on. And if you got any kind of game whatsoever, you're gonna wreck shop, bro. So let's watch a little bit more and then we'll wrap this up.
Gentlemen, if you haven't heard anything I have said to this point, you need to listen good. Turn up the volume, turn up your earbuds, your AirPods, pads, hearing aids, whatever, because this will explain why Sosnick's female guests act the way they do. If a woman knows you don't want to smash or that you won't smash if they threw you the cheeks, it takes away their power. Let me repeat that. If a woman knows you don't want to smash or that you wouldn't smash if they threw you the cheeks, it takes away their power. That's why this is why the girls respect Myron on his platform and why they disrespect Adam on his. Again, I'm not saying this to persecute or to criticize or judge Adam. Listen, plenty of girls use their platforms to source girls from time to time, including Myron and Fresh. Right? The whole Anna Quinn situation was like, hey, look, I was trying to shoot my shot. It is what it is. Look, man, if Adam sees a girl he likes, he's got a right to shoot a shot and use all the resources available to him. I'm not mad at that. But one of the main reasons Adam's female guests don't listen to him is because they think he wants to smash. And the reason they think this is because of the flirting and the hyperbolic things he says about the girls. He calls Natalia the Jamaican baddie with the patties or something. I have no idea what that even means. He's always gassing up the girls, talking about, okay, girl X, you're beautiful, you're successful, you're a boss, babe. Any guy would be lucky to have you. He does this with all of his female guests, including, as it happens, Melina, of all people. When a multi-millionaire tells you that you're a high-value woman directly or indirectly, and that you're a catch and this and that, they assume you have respect for them they assume you have respect for them no matter how disrespectful they are to you. And this is exactly what is on display night after night after night.
I agree with everything the brother Donovan just said. That's just, you want uncomfortable truth. There it is right there. There it is right there, bro. You guys know on this platform when these guys be talking about I'm a top G and I be spinning place and I got all these women and da. What's the thing? What's the one question I ask those guys? There's one question I always ask them. Have you ever told a dime, no, thank you, I don't want to smash? Have you ever said that? And most guys are like, you crazy? Who would do that? Like, real G's. That's who. It's very few men fit in that category to say no to a dime. I'm talking about saying no to a beautiful woman. Not these kind of women we be seeing on these podcasts. I'm talking about a straight dime. Whoever that woman is in your mind. Whoever it is, to a lot of people my age, like Halle Berry or Selma Hayek or, you know what I mean, whatever. Whoever that woman is, if that woman was in front of you trying to give you the Foxy Brown, could you say no? And most guys can't, man. Most guys just too thirsty. So when you a dude who lets women know, like, man, I ain't trying to holler at you, and it's not that it's not enough just to say it, but when your body language confirms it. When a woman, like, she can't flirt, she can't bend over in front of you, she can't rub up against you. Can't tell you how many women be rubbing up against me. I'd be like, pardon me, love, and I'll give myself more space. Yeah, on one level, it is game. On one level, it's the cat and mouse. It's the chase. I get it. I'm having fun. I'm playing around with her. It's that. But on the other level, more importantly, she know I'm serious. Like, I ain't trying to smash. I'm not trying to smash. I'm not even, nah, shorty. And then they start looking at themselves. What's wrong with me? And they come even harder. It's crazy. So the fact that Adam interacts the way he does with these women, and, Donovan Sharp's assessment, man, of that, I agree with 100%. 100%. You ain't a real G, bro, unless you can say no to a dime. I ain't talking about anybody can say no to a big girl. Well, most guys, someone ugly is not attractive. I'm talking about the finest woman you ever seen in your life. She come up to you talking about, I want to give you this. Can you say no? And most dudes can't. And Cody was saying 100 to the whole dance thing. I was talking about salsa, getting in there doing salsa. But I'm telling you, Cody's King's like, yeah, LOL, telling them you don't want to smash is the easiest way to smash. Facts. Right. Sister Candace, like, he's not serious at all. Problem is the woman he said are a catch don't have a ring. Yeah, none of them do. Women ain't trying to get married these days. And it's crazy. It's crazy, man. So that too, if you can work yourself up to a point where you can say no, you can deny sex to from a beautiful woman, bro, then yeah, now you're there. That's how you know you got a seat at the table. You're a Jedi master at that point. You sitting up there next to Yoda and them. Right? You up there next to Windu. If you can do that, most men can't do that. Most men will never be able to do that. But some can. There's some elite dudes out there who can. They be like, man, whatever, I ain't messing with her. Because they only mess with dimes. So it don't matter to them. A lot of dudes is like, whatever. Bro, look, I've done it and I will do it into the future. Like, if I'm messing up, like, man, sex, I ain't really worried about that. Y'all got to work your way up to that point. You really got to work your way up to that point. Let's continue.
I remember speculating on the air that Adam and Natalia had something going on. Okay? I remember speculating. Adam called me right after the podcast and says, hey, man, just want to clear the air. Nothing going on between me and Natalia. That's all he had to say. Okay, hey, all right, I believe you. He told me they didn't, and I believe him. I get it. If he says he's not smashing, he's not smashing. I have no reason not to believe him. But he needs to understand that calling Natalia the Jamaican baddie with the fatty Krabby Patties or whatever is the reason she's not improving at her job.
I mean, and this, again, that's the way that Adam talks. Like, he cracks a lot of jokes that are not funny. He says these things, again, in his world, people laugh at that. Imagine he's saying this sort of stuff, the baddie with the Krabby Patty or whatever he said. I don't know. I didn't see it. But you're saying that and you're in the VIP section of the hottest club in Miami. And you're surrounded by a bunch of, beautiful women and wealthy men. And they're all like laughing. They're like, ah, ha, ha, ha. He's used to that. But when you say that on a podcast with the entire planet watching, you got some people here, they just like looking at you like, bro, that's corny. What'd you just say? That doesn't make any sense. Like, when you go and you're talking on your podcast and you're trying to make a point, you're making a point that could take you 30 seconds to make, but it takes you a minute and 30 seconds to make. You go all over and then you finally land the plane. People tune out. But again, if you're in your environment where you're the guy providing the bottles or all this comp is because of you, they're going to listen. And then when you get finished, they're going to be, oh my God, that was so insightful. In their mind, everything like, man, why are you talking so much? But he the guy. And there's a lot. So in his mind, he's like, I don't get it. When I'm out with my friends, man, I'm the hit of the party. But when I'm on this podcast, people are saying all these things in the chat. They just hate me because I'm successful. Like, nah, bro, they're hating because you got to tighten that shit up. Comics do this all the time, man. I can't tell you how many times I'll get a premise, I'll get a joke together, set up, punchline, everything. And I'm like, man, this is going to be fire. I can't wait to say that. I can't wait to do this on stage. You do it on stage and it just bombs. Like nothing. Like it just bombs. I'm like, oh, snap. You know what I mean? And that's, maybe he's going through that. He's killing with his people. He's crushing when he's with his people out in the real world. Then he gets on the podcast saying the same stuff, bombs. Like that whole Big Lebowski thing, bombed. And just stayed committed. Instead of bailing on the joke, he just stays committed. I'm like, bro, that's the kind of stuff. If he's doing any self-assessment, then he'll get better because he'll see that, or maybe I'll come down there, I'll talk to him about it. Maybe he'll talk to me about it and I'll tell him like, yo, bro, this part right here, bro, that didn't work. That bombed. So I think Adam said at one point he was trying to be a stand-up comedian. And, at one point, a lot of people tried it. That was a long time ago. This is when, I think it's before he found his fortune. So if that's the case, at least we'll have some sort of baseline where we can kind of communicate. But yeah, man, Donovan's right. Donovan's right, man. You can't be out here with these women. You can't have them believing that, they're the bomb. You compliment, you telling them all this stuff, and you're gonna get a certain reaction out of that, bro. You're gonna get a certain reaction, and then when you get this negative reaction, that then you got to deal with it. And, Adam doesn't seem to know how to deal with it. But as far as people like MLD saying, well, I got ambushed and this, that, and the third, quit being a victim, bro. Stand, you know what I mean? Stand up, bro. Quit being a victim, bro. You know what I mean? That's how I look at that. I mean, it is what it is. The baddie with the patties. Like, I don't. Yeah, it's just one of those things, bro. Like that. Yeah, when I heard that, I was like, So, I'm gonna put this in. I'll put this in the description. The link to this video in the description. There was a few more minutes left, 4 or 5 minutes, but I mean, brother Donovan just he just wrapped it all up. Like he doesn't have any smoke for Adam. He's cool with Adam. He's still very appreciative that guy's in his circle. I would be too, man. Like he has so much knowledge, especially on the financial side of things. The guy can definitely show you how to get there. He did it, right? But on the female side of things, and then you get into this podcast and the way he runs the podcast with the women, trying to get his views up and all that. The dude got over 200,000 subscribers. I mean, he's doing something, right? So on that side, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. There's all kind of, and maybe it's just a matter of getting the right production team together. Maybe it's a matter of getting the right women paired up with the right host. Maybe maybe it could be simply as just, hey, let's get better topics. Let's stay on mission. They have those cards. It's like, I wonder what's on those cards, bro. Like, what are your bullet points? Like, where are we trying to stay? Like, what's the mission? We're supposed to be talking about A, but we're over here talking about W. How do we get from alpha to whiskey? Right? Let's figure this out, right? So, and I think they'll get there. I think they'll figure it out. I hope that they will, especially if Valuetainment is supposed to grow as a brand. You know what I mean? I hope they will. Brother Dre Blanco in the building. What's good, fam? What's good, fam? Good to see you, bro. I'm definitely gonna hit you up this weekend, man. I want to get you. I want to talk about that K9 case, bro. I want to talk about that so bad, man. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up, bro. I don't want to say anything else about it because I want to save it for the show. You know what I mean? So thanks for coming through. Appreciate you, bro. But yeah, so Donovan went on to talk about that. Donovan was, all the way to the end of that video. He was, defending MLD. That's his guy. He was defending him all the way to the end. And I that's noble. That's his dude. I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at Donovan for supporting his dude. I have a different take on that. But I mean, it is what it is. And everyone, I believe in redemption for everyone. I think that MLD could, in fact, redeem himself, but it would take some hard work. You know what I mean? Some soul searching. And, I think he can, but, this thing he's doing, the way he's doing it, blaming everyone else and unsubscribe from him and running over to Pearl and then running away from, Saint and the Sinner, like running away from Marquette, like the stuff he's doing, man, that's not who, bro. So I can't, but that's not my guy. So, but, I tip my hat to Donovan for standing there with his dude, 10 toes down with his guy, man. I mean, it's a lot to be said for that, bro. So, so yeah, that's it, man. We're going to wrap this up. Before we go, I want to show you guys something. Here it is right here. And, y'all, this is why I tell you is a cheat code. This is why. Merengue. This is in Cuba. Hey, listen. That woman right there is what the average woman looks like when you go into the club. Hey. Now, she's a professional, of course, guys. And so is he. Cool, yeah, man. Look how much fun she's having and he's having. Yeah, look how beautiful that is. The water in the background, a cruise ship. Tourists are watching, taking pictures.
en la calle día a día con el mismo comentario, con la misma bobería. Me preocupa si maneja.
Y'all want a cheat code? There it is.
Caballero de María, de meterse en lo que no le importa a la gente. Si tengo un sello que me muestra diferente. Vengo a calentarte todo esto. Lo que tú hiciste, por cierto, la cosa se puso mala.
So we see them dance. I'm just gonna mute the music for a second, bro. You know why women love this dance? This is my own personal theory. I have this is only anecdotal. I have no proof or test. But there are no feminists when you're dancing salsa, merengue, bachata, right? Someone leads and someone follows. Men lead. Every move that's going on right now with this dance you're watching, he is leading her. He is basically telling her what to do. He is in charge of this engagement, this dance, right? So when they entwine, when they touch each other and they start to move, he's moving her. She's doing what her man tells her to do. Now, she could lead. There are women out there who could lead, but I've never danced with a woman in this world. And a woman jumps out there talking about, I'm going to lead you. And she's going to be spinning me and putting her arm around me and bringing me into her. Hell no, bro. Women find this extremely arousing. They love it. And they'll dance with anyone who can dance. And if you're good like this dude right here, man, they're going to come back and get you. Can we just dance again? And they're going to get your number. And they're going to holler at you. They're going to want to see you again. It's just, it gets you in. If you want the cheat code, you want to bypass going to the gym and getting your money up and being socially calibrated, do this. Be the best guy who could dance salsa, merengue, bachata in your area that you know, and go to a club. You always going to be surrounded by beautiful women. Always. Look at this right here, guys. Now, this right here, they're just filming inside of a club. So this is just her dancing with whoever's there. Like, she probably knows this guy, but if you watch this entire video, she's just dancing with whoever comes up. Just like all the women in the background. They're back there, they're learning. You can see that couple, the guy with the blue shirt on and the woman with the white skirt to the left. He's teaching her. He's leading her, and she is loving it. There is not a single feminist on the floor. Not one. Not one. And everyone's out there having a good time. If you know how to do this dance, like Brother Dusto, Scam Likely is saying right now, they're just doing basics. You know what I mean? Women don't lead. They don't want to lead. Why can't women lead? They don't want to lead in this. This culture is very, very, very feminine, and they love it. And you have to be a masculine man. You have to lead. You got to know what you're doing. Look at this, man. This is absolutely amazing. This is why I love it. Like, y'all see this, right? This is in a nightclub. They're just having a good time. Take a little bit of time out of your life. Learn how to do this. Look at what Life of Cash is saying. He's like, he grew up in Miami. He went to a mostly Cuban high school. He show off his salsa merengue dancing skills in college, grad school, and it paid off. Of course it did. You want to get on, bro? You having trouble getting noticed by women? Learn how to dance. Salsa merengue. Look at them dance. Look, that's just a club. I'm gonna be looking at this tonight when I go to the spot tonight, and this is gonna be going on. Take some time and learn this. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. Brother Rook, my grandfather came from Spain and was tango, salsa, flamenco dancer in Hollywood back in the 30s. Gotta have some dance skills in your repertoire, man. Facts. Facts. Rook don't need no dancing skill, man. Rook's built like a android, bro. But you add that to your repertoire, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna Flamingo too. In LA, I got a friend of mine. Her name's Lakita. She dances every dance you could think of. I watched her dance Flamingo, man. You want to talk about something that's like amazing and sexy? Flamingo, bro. Watch that. Go watch people do that. You know what I mean? Brother Cody's king, just like in life, it would be and would look silly if she was leading. Facts. And you'll see women every now and then dance with each other at a spot. You know what I mean? And it don't even look sexy. They just having fun rather than trying to get that guys to come out there and make them dance. But look at this, y'all. Look how much fun they're having. Hey. Look at that. Women love it when men take command and they know what they're doing. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Pretty soon I'm going to be showing y'all a film. I'll start filming where I'm at the club dancing. I'm going to start filming it and letting you guys see. I'll take some film when I'm in class and let you guys see. G Complex, like, bring back some memories for me. Miss those nights out dancing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right. And Sister Candace is right. And like, a woman doesn't need to be damn near naked to show her shape. Right. She doesn't have to be damn near naked. It's sexy looking the way that they look. And when she turns around and she's like, putting her body out there, putting her butt out there, you notice the guy ain't jump up on her like he's a stray dog and start humping on her like they do, unfortunately, in my community. Like, this is amazing, bro. This is amazing. I love going out. I love this culture. Everything I learned about this culture, especially with the dance, is just amazing, man. And this young woman has made a ton of money just dancing. She teaches people how to dance virtually. Like, it's great. She was like, Sister Candace says, maybe masculine women need to take dance lessons to learn how to be led by a man. Huh? They teach you in class how to follow. They teach the men how to lead. They teach the women how to follow. The basic moves that Brother Dusto was talking about. And you don't have to be great. You just have to know enough. You know the basics and you can just have fun. Look at that old woman dancing with that young brother right there. Just having fun. So, I just wanted to show you guys that. Right? I just wanted to show y'all that. You want to know the cheat code, gentlemen? There's the cheat code right there. Go out there and learn how to dance salsa. Again, go out there and put on some clothes to fit, that look good on you. Make sure you smell good because you're going to sweat a lot. And if you're going to be dancing all night, make sure you keep a couple extra shirts in the car so you can go out and change because you're going to get sweaty. You're going to get sweaty. Have your little extra cologne in the car. You're going to get sweaty. Change your shirt out. Put on a dry shirt, splash on a little bit of cologne, come back in there, man, get right back to it. Right. And it's just all night long. It's just so much fun dancing with women, especially the women who don't know how to dance. There's nothing sexier than a guy teaching a woman something. Women, I'm telling you, bro, you teach a woman something, be it dance, be it guns. I take women out to the range, teach them how to shoot. Bro, they see you in a different light, bro. They see you being competent and confident. They see you in a different light. I'm telling you, man. So that's the show, man. Thanks for rocking out with me, guys. I'm glad you guys rocked it out. And then, like, Brother Life of Cash wants to know what's up with Rook. Rook is royalty, man. Rook's the man out there, bro. You know what I mean? Like, y'all want to take a trip with Rook. Rook, when's the next time you going to Vietnam, bro? I want to go to the Golden Triangle, man. I want to go out there with you, bro. I'll even do it like you do it, man. We'll just rough it, man. Get our motorcycles and just sleep under the stars, bro. Brother Scam Bike said, got to work on my style and I'll get there. Yes, he will. You'll get there, man. It's worth it, bro. Learn that. If you want a cheat code, learn that. I'm not nowhere near as good as Brother Scam Like Lean Dancing. He's well advanced than I am in there. But if we go to a hip hop club while the girls are out there trying to twerk or whatever, I stop. I'm like, you ain't got to twerk, baby. And I just have them, I put my hand on her back, her upper back, not her ass, her upper back, and I put her other hand in my hand. And I teach her how to do a little bit of salsa, right? And I can fake it in the hip hop club because I know they know nothing about it. I'm twirling her around. I'm moving her around. I'm spinning around. Bro, that is way more sensual than some girl pulling her skirt up and bouncing, throwing her butt back and all that, man. I'm not. And when I walk out of that spot, them girls see me dancing with her friend or whatever, and we having fun because they're playing some Elvis Crispo or they're playing some hip hop song that's like got a little salsa in it, and I'm dancing with her. All her friends come over like, can you show me how to do that? Can you want to dance? I'm like, nah, baby, I'm not into that twerking thing. No, not that. I saw you dancing with my friend. Can you show me how to do that? Dimes, baby, dimes. You hear me? Dimes. You want a cheat code? There it is. There it is. You want a cheat code? So there it is. Yeah, Life of Cash, like he needs to go to Southeast Asia, including Colombia. Yeah, we know Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, man, the Golden Triangle, baby. The Golden Triangle. So, I mean, women say they don't want to be submissive. That's a lie when it comes to that world. You go into that world, and these women are looking sexy, they're looking sensual, right? Their clothes fit them. They don't have their butt cheeks hanging out, nothing. They're out here having a good time dance. They bring a change of shoes with them. And they come in here to dance. They take them heels off. They put on dancing shoes, yo, and they get at it. They get at it. You know what I mean? I think Rook was trying to link something. He's like, not sure if I linked that right. I don't know. It might be in there. I don't know. Tarus, dudes with 1 ounce of rhythm can go to the salsa club and thrive. Not necessarily, brother Tarus. You got to learn the basics, man. You got to learn the basics. Like salsa, you can fake it in a hip hop club doing some salsa, or you're around a bunch of people who don't really know how to dance. You can fake it as the guy with rhythm, but to really know the basic moves and even the dance steps kind of vary. Like the Cubano way of doing it versus the Dominican way of doing it versus the Cuban way versus the Colombian way of doing it. Right. And even in Colombia, the people in Medellin dance different than the people in Cali, who dance different than the people in Cartagena. It's crazy, man. Like that whole subculture is so rich. I love learning about it, man. But it doesn't take long to get on board. I will tell you that. I will tell you that. Brother Rook is like, yes, rent a motorcycle, do Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam. Yeah, Rook, I'm going to holler at you about that, man. Maybe next year, bro. Maybe next year, bro, for real. Put that together, man. I really want to go because I remember the last time you went, I couldn't go. I should have went. When we were out in Van Nuys, I should have went. But I'm going to go this time, bro. So that's it, y'all. We're a little over 2 hours in this show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Shout out to Donovan Sharp. You know what I mean? Shout out to Valuetainment, Adam Sosnick, PBD, the whole team, Vinny, Jedediah, Natalia, all of them. Shout out to Leah. I see you out there, love. Shout out to all y'all. So hope you guys enjoyed that. That's cool. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a show talking about, actually, PBD was talking about the UPS and how the union was able to get what they needed from management. They basically won, so they didn't have to go on strike. And PBD was talking about that. He has a take, and I have a completely opposite take. So it shows y'all again, you could be my people, but I ain't got to agree with everything you say. So I'm gonna do a video about that tomorrow. I was gonna do it today, but I decided to do it tomorrow. Also, Suzette Speaks is doing a video about old girl who lied about the baby on the freeway and getting kidnapped. I forget her name. Suzette Speaks is doing a show about that tomorrow. I'm definitely going to check that out. I hope to see you guys there. So shout out to Suzette Speaks, Black Man Unfiltered. Mandrill was in the house, man. Shout out to you, Mandrill. I saw you in here, bro. I never get to give you the shout out. Shout out to Mandrill. Also, Mandrill has his own YouTube channel. He's going to be on later today, I believe. So I'm trying to get over there and catch one of his lives. And shout out to y'all for coming out here and supporting me, rocking out with me, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. I really do. So I'm just showing our last chat here. Let's catch up on the chats. Make sure we showed everything on the chat. And it's all good. And look, Rook, like I missed most of the show, but it looked good. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that, Rook. I really do. Support Sister Rosalind. Yes, please. We were able to raise $200 yesterday. Thanks to Brother Rook. Thanks again, man, for your donation. We were able to raise $200. I sent that to her right away. As you know, she is battling cancer right now. Sister Rosalind is battling cancer. She's going in for chemo on the 31st. So I will be doing another show to where I'm going to try to work with Black Man Unfiltered and maybe some other content creators to see if we can't, maybe raise a little bit more money. She's in these situations, there's not much you can do, but at least she'll have some reserves, have some extra money in case she needs something when she's trying to recover. Chemo takes a toll on your body, guys. So, and I'm working on the show so we can get into the type of cancer that she's fighting. I'm trying to find some experts who can come on and explain it to me. So, yeah, we're definitely going to be doing something again. Thank you guys who donated. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys were able to run over and hit her up on her Cash App directly. I appreciate it. I know she appreciates it. I sent her the $200 we were able to raise on that stream, and she was very, very appreciative, guys. So thank you so much for that, man. All right, y'all, I gotta go. This has been fun. I'm DL Saint. This is a DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast, man. Y'all have a good weekend. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Darn, that's the end.